Hello and welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers, CACRAO, and StriveScan. Just a couple of quick things before we get started. First off, how do you ask questions? So you have access to a Q&A button on your screen that you can click at any point to share questions with our presenter. Your camera and microphone are off, so our presenter cannot see or hear you. However, again, you can access that Q&A button to interact at any point. You can sign up for more sessions. There are some happening also next week at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. And this recording will be available at CACRAO.org, CACRAO.org, if you'd like to come back and view this recording, or if you have any friends who are not able to attend live today. And with that, I will go ahead and turn it over to our presenter.
Hello, bonjour, and thank you for joining us today. I'm representing the American University of Paris. My name is Julie Sappington. I am originally from North Carolina as well, so I know what it's like to go from North Carolina to Paris. So I'm with the American University of Paris to talk to you about transfer studies. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. As the name indicates, we are an American liberal arts university like you find in the United States, but located in the heart of the city of Paris. We are located in the 7th arrondissement, just means neighborhood, right there next to the Eiffel Tower. Our courses are taught in English, so you don't have to come with any background level of French in order to attend. Although while you're with us, you will likely take some French language courses depending on your level of French when you enter. We are an American school, like I mentioned, and that means we are accredited by the Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools to grant American bachelor's degrees. We are a small school, just over 1,100 students, but from 100 different nations around the world. So what that means is no matter what classroom you're in, you're going to get diverse perspectives from all over the world, just from your peers. Small class sizes with 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're ensured to get to know your professors very well. Our professors are mentors and teachers first and researchers second. Around 1/4 of our new degree seeking undergraduate students each fall are transfer students. So you'll be in good company with other students who are transferring to AUP. A big part of studying in Paris and studying at the American University of Paris is that we take advantage of our location as a part of the classroom. So your classes may meet at any of the wonderful museums that are just around our neighborhood. So like the Musée du Louvre, the Musée de Rodin, the Musée d'Orsay, any of these wonderful museums, you might be a part of your classroom. Additionally, there's political venues and historic sites. So no matter what you're studying, there's something that can be visited as a part of the class. Not only that, for our students outside of the class, there are a lot of the museum entries and cinemas and that sort of thing are free or discounted entry for students under the age of 25. We also offer study trips throughout France, Europe, and even beyond. So when transferring to AUP, in order to be considered a transfer student, you'd have to have completed at least 12 semester credits in one semester to be considered a transfer student. You can transfer up to a maximum of 2 years of credit or 64 semester credits. Up to 50% of your major course requirements can be transferred in, and then the other 50% have to be completed at AUP. You can enroll in fall or spring, it doesn't matter which one, and we don't have any required you must have taken French courses or anything like that to transfer over. So let's talk a little bit about the majors that we offer. Within the arts and communications departments, we have art history, comparative literature, creative writing, film studies, fine arts, global communications, and journalism. So global communications is one of our largest degrees that we offer on campus. The art history major, again, that takes advantage of all those wonderful museums as a part of the classroom. Our fine arts major is purely fine arts. And so that means drawing, painting, sculpture, photography kind of courses, and less on the design based side of things. The film studies major is a really interesting major because it not only is one side of things in terms of like the practical side of filmmaking, when it's not just the theoretical side, it's both. So you're going to get a nice mix of screenwriting, directing, production, cinema studies courses all together as a part of that major. Some things that you might want to get involved with if you're in one of those departments are we have our Peacock magazine, so you can contribute to that. It's a quarterly magazine, glossy magazine that we put together every quarter. There's the Plume, which is our online news site that you could contribute to as well. And then we have Peacock Play, which is our online video journalism. And you can see the link there if you want to go check out any of those publications that we offer. Within business and economics, we have entrepreneurship, international business administration, international economics, international finance, management information systems, and marketing. So, our entrepreneurship major is for those students who are looking to maybe open their own small business in the future. International business is our largest major on campus. The management information systems is an interesting major because it combines both management courses and some computer science courses. We also have different minors that are related to each of these. And so, for example, we have an accounting minor that you might consider. Within science and psychology, we have computer science, environmental studies, mathematics and computer science, quantitative environmental science, psychology, gender, sexuality, and society. So, our environmental studies major, that's going to be more on the policy side of the environment, whereas the quantitative environmental science major is going to be more the data driven and on the science based side of the coin. Our psychology major is a BA, so that means it does tend towards more the social science side. Within politics and history, we have history, law and society, international comparative politics, Middle East pluralities, philosophy, politics, and economics. So, the international comparative politics major is our third largest major on campus. It has 3 tracks within it. So if you want to focus on just world politics or US and EU politics or human rights. The history, law, and society is our informal pre-law major, if you will. And then the Middle East pluralities is a really interesting interdisciplinary approach to the Middle East. So you'll study economics courses, you'll study language courses, you'll study religion courses and society courses, all about the Middle East. To get involved, you can always join different activities and clubs. We have a student government association, and the student government association does the planning for all of the different activities and clubs that happen on campus. So you can see there's lots of different facets of the student government association and ways to get involved there. We also have lots of sports you can join. Some are rec league and some are competitive. So at the top half of the page is the competitive, and then the bottom ones are our rec league sports. If there's a sport you're interested in that AUP does not offer because we are somewhat of a small school, we have a sports director that can get you in a local team in Paris. Another great way to get involved with the community at large. All right, so now let's move on to some of the fun stuff. Where are we located? Like I mentioned earlier, we are in the 7th arrondissement of Paris. And so this map here shows you our urban campus. So the diamonds with the numbers in them, those are our building locations. And as you can see, some of them back up right to one another. They're pretty close, maybe a 10-minute walk from the furthest building to the other furthest side of the campus. On the left side of your page, you're going to see the Eiffel Tower. That is a landmark most people are familiar with, and that's right there in our neighborhood. And then on the right side is Invalides, which is where Napoleon's tomb is housed. So we're kind of sandwiched between those two monuments. And then with the north side of us is the Seine River that flows through Paris. So those are sort of the perimeters of our neighborhood. The circles with the letter M, those indicate metro stops that are in our neighborhood. And as you can see, we are easily accessible to the rest of the city as we are at the very heart of the city of Paris. Okay, so these are a couple of pictures just to give you a sense of what it means to be an urban campus in the heart of Paris. So these are the streets you will be walking down when you're changing classes. And now we'll just go through a little bit more to tell you about our housing. So our housing is no more than 30 minutes away from campus. So that's by metro, bus, walking. We have different tiers of housing depending on your interest level if you'd like to be right within our neighborhood, or that's a super close location. Then we have within, 30 minutes by metro, that's our standard location. We have residence halls, we have homestays. So you can get a single or a double, just kind of depends on your budget and your preferences. The Amex Cafe is in our Combs building. It's kind of the hub of campus. This is where you can grab a lunch or a coffee, meet up with friends. We also have activities hosted in the Amex Cafe throughout the year as well. Um, we don't have a dining hall in the typical sense that of a lot of American universities have, with like a meal plan that you swipe your card at. We don't have that kind of thing. Instead, students have a lot more agency over how they spend their money for food. So you can come and grab a meal here and spend some money, spend money on your food here, or you can go out into the streets of Paris, and we have in our neighborhood just tons of cafes and boulangeries, which are just the bakeries, where you can grab a sandwich, for a good price. I promise you won't starve in Paris. Okay, obviously, a big concern for after you graduate is what do you do with your life? We have a career services department. They really help with helping students find potential internships, jobs. They send out resumes to our partners within Paris and beyond. They also put together a global talent brochure, which will have your little resume in it, and they send that out to partners. We partner with the American Chamber of Commerce in Paris. And then you can see some of the organizations our students have gone on to work for upon graduation just within Paris itself. Our alum are in 144 different nations around the world, so they don't always just stay in one place. The Career Services Department also helps you with things such as resume writing, both in French and in English, and they also help with interview skills. Okay, to apply, you would submit your application. We have both access to the Transfer Common app or the AUP application portal, which is on our website. You can apply through either method. We don't have a preference. Either way is fine. We'd require your transcripts. So if you have completed fewer than 45 credit hours at your current institution, you'd submit your high school transcripts in addition to your college transcripts. We need 2 letters of recommendation. A lot of transfer students have been on a slightly different path. So if you are unable to get solely academic references, we also can accept a professional reference here. We need your personal essay, supplemental essay, which is 300 words. It's a shorter essay about why AUP and how it fits into your educational goals. Your resume or a list of activities. And we are SAT and ACT optional, which for most transfer students, you don't need anyway. So if English is not your primary language, we would require a test of English competency such as TOEFL or IELTS. Okay, so let's talk a bit more about those transcript requirements. So if you've attended multiple universities, we'd require the transcripts from all of those different universities that you've attended or colleges that you've attended. Again, if you've completed fewer than the 45 university credit hours, then we'd require your high school transcripts in addition to the college transcripts. And then we'd also like to see any advanced standing credit you have. So if you've taken the AP courses in high school and gotten a 4 or 5, please present those to us as well, as they'll be considered as a part of the transfer credit review. So we don't have any subject requirements in terms of you have to have completed French or that sort of thing. We'd like to see the challenging coursework that you've done. We'd like to see if you have taken any languages. We do like to see that, of course. Okay, so once you've been admitted to AUP, we do require your official transcripts to complete our transfer credit evaluation. So what we're looking for there is we can transfer credits as long as you have not earned any grades of below a C. So no C minuses or Ds or below would transfer in. Again, no more than 64 semester credits can transfer into the major. And then, like I mentioned previously, 50% of upper level core courses for your major must be completed at AUP. Again, your credits, your AP credits, such as AP or IB, those count towards that maximum of 64 credits. And so you'll want to make sure that you do submit those so that we can consider them. There is a course transfer tool in our website. So if you go to aup.edu and you go to our admissions pages in the undergraduate section, there's a transfer students section where we have that course transfer tool that can really help with getting a sense of what will transfer for you. So you can complete that and that will help you get an idea of what will transfer and how. We also have our transfer credit evaluation that our academic advisors will complete for you. So they will go through your transcripts, look at the grades earned, and put those towards an equivalency at AUP. And so you will get a detailed breakdown of how your transfers credits will come over to AUP once you've been admitted. Okay, so our tuition for 2020, 2021 is 33,036 euros. We offer financial aid to transfer students, same as we do for undergraduate students coming in as first year freshmen. So that's up to 50% of our tuition. And it's based on academic and financial need to be considered for that up to 50% of tuition. You would complete our AUP financial aid application in addition to the FAFSA to be considered. We also accept US federal and private loans, so you can use those to cover any other additional charges. Okay, so the deadlines for fall 2021. We have our early action deadline coming up here on November 15th. You can go, if you submit by that deadline, you'll get your decision before our holiday break. We also have a February 1st deadline that you're welcome to hit as well. You will need to also consider applying for financial aid by that February date as well. So make sure that FAFSA is completed and the AUP financial aid application is completed. By April, it's good to start considering where you're going to be attending in the fall. And so if you are interested in attending AUP and you need loans, start getting that process underway. And you can also start your Campus France application for the French student visa. In May, you'd confirm your attendance and then register for your housing and go through our confirmation steps. And over the summer, you would go through the French student visa process some more. We would help you with that process, and we'd help you with the pre-arrival steps to ensure that you are ready to go when you arrive. Okay, some of the support that we put in place so that you are getting everything you need. We have student visa help. Again, over that summer, we help with student visas. When we also have admitted student events so you can get to know AUP better. We also have tons of online information sessions for our admitted and confirmed students so that you can get to know more about your next steps. And then for students, we have 4 of us located in the United States. And so I am the person for North Carolina. We can always set up a time to have a phone call to go over your questions that you may have as you're getting ready. And if your parents have questions, because sometimes they do as well, I can always arrange that for them as well. Getting ready for arrival, we have an orientation period that's a week long prior to the first day of class. And during that, you're going to work on your cell phone and Metro passes, but we also have a lot of fun events so that you can get to know other AUP students and staff. We have campus tours and a scavenger hunt throughout Paris, so you get to know the city better as well. We even pick you up from the airport if you're arriving on your arrival day. Okay, so here are our details. We invite you to check out our web pages a bit more so you can get to know more about like I mentioned, the credit transfer tool at aup.edu/transfer. You can always email us at admissions@aup.edu, and that'll put you in touch with your admissions counselor, which would be me. My name's Julie. That's another way we can answer questions for you and, help you with the process, the application process. And I highly encourage you to check out our Instagram. We have an at AUP admissions as our handle. Go to our Instagram to get a firsthand glance at what it's like to be a student. We have student takeovers fairly frequently throughout the semester where we hand over our account to a current student and they take you through their day. And it's a lot of times in the stories. And so you can ask them questions and they'll answer those in the stories as well. Again, I appreciate you attending today. If you have any questions, please feel free to add those to the Q&A box, and I will answer any questions you have there. Um, Again, thank you, merci, for joining me today. And I hope this has answered some of your questions about transferring to AUP. I'm going to mute my mic for a few minutes and just to monitor the Q&A box to see if anything pops up. If nothing pops up, we'll close out and you're welcome to contact us at any of those methods on the screen. Okay, as I don't see any questions rolling in, I am going to hand it back over to our colleagues at CACRAO and StriveScan so that they can wrap up the final announcements. Again, I thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a real pleasure to be able to present to fellow Carolinians.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just share one last slide on my screen. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you to our presenter. If you close out this window, there's going to be a quick 4-question survey that pops up. So we do appreciate it if you would fill that out. You can also sign up for more sessions. There'll be more happening next week at cacrao.org, CACRAO.org. And this recording will also be available within about a week on that same website. Again, CACRAO.org. Thank you again and hope you all have a great day.